Walmart ringing the opening bell today at the Nasdaq as the company transitions its shares to this exchange from the NYSE. Joining us right now ahead of his departure from his role heading the company in January is Doug McMillon. He is Walmart's CEO. And Doug, thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
We got so much to talk about, not a lot of time. So let's jump in right away with why you're making this move to the Nasdaq. That's a really big deal. It's the biggest company that's ever moved to the Nasdaq from the NYSE. What happened?
Yeah, there are a lot of factors. The team went through a rigorous process to sort that out. I think things like the cost to list and trading execution, things like that matter. But in this particular instance, the ability to participate in the Nasdaq 100 and to be associated with the brand of Nasdaq, given the progress the company's made as it relates to technology, is kind of what rose to the top. Yeah, Walmart's changed a lot, and we're trying to make sure everybody knows it.
Walmart's changed a lot under your leadership over the last 11 years. It has been a really huge transformation, I'd say, in the company. The shares up 350+%, I think 355% since you took over there. Why are you stepping down now? Why are you leaving? You're not even 60 years old yet.
I don't know if I'm young or I'm old. I get a little confused about that from day to day. But I think when you see somebody, thank you. When you see somebody who's ready to run the next lap better and faster than you are, it's time to hand the baton and get out of the way and just cheerlead. And that's what's happening. I had a great opportunity to do this job for a long time, and I'd like to see that happen for the next person. And John's ready to do it.
Wisdom and experience, though. Right? I know he might run faster, but
John's been with the company for more than 30 years. He's 8 years younger than I am, but he's done everything. Yeah, that's
you want to live, I guess. Probably that might have.
Living sounds like a good idea, but I was loving what I was doing too. Right. I mean, this is a great situation. It's really ideal. John's done all the jobs in the company: merchant, operator, sourcing. Worked in all three segments. His dad worked at the company. He met Sam Walton when he was a kid. He met his wife at Walmart, loves the company, loves our associates, and has a vision for the future. And with what's happening with AI, I could start this next big set of transformations with AI, but I couldn't finish it.
Well, that's really interesting. I mean, this is the only job. He sounds very much like he's got the same CV as you. You started out, I think 1984 was your first job with the company, and that was a summer job where you were unloading trucks at the warehouse. But you've been there your entire career, too.
Yeah. There's a bunch of us. Like if you walk the hallways and you met the people in our stores, you'd find a bunch of associates that have been there for a long time that really care about the business and also willing to change. When I look back on what's happened on this decade plus, one of the things I'm really proud of is that our associates at store level, Sam's Club, distribution centers, home office, leadership, they've all stayed true to the purpose, values, and culture of the company, but they've been willing to change in a lot of different ways, and it's worked. You can't get growth without change.
When did you start thinking about this? And it's so interesting because there are a bunch of CEOs, we don't need to say their names, who like to stay at the party. And even when they leave, they like to come back to the party. But for some reason, we've known each other a while, I don't think that's in your DNA. What do you think that's about? So I'm trying to just understand, sort of, as you were thinking, as you said, 59, was it the last couple of years where you're thinking, okay, maybe
That's last year or so in particular, but, we've got a great board, and Greg Penner's our chairman. He does a fantastic job. It's an advantage to have the Walton family involved in our business. And we talk about succession planning at every board meeting. And about a year ago, I really started feeling like this next run, you could see what agentic commerce was going to look like, the vision for AI shopping. And I started thinking about everything that needs to happen over the next few years. And it really caused me to think that now was the right time.
CEOs make how many decisions a day would you say? Small, large, thousands in a week.
A lot.
How many employees? 1 million?
2.1 million.
2.1 million. So one guy, and we hear all the time, oh, a CEO, what difference can he really make? I mean, I go back in time, I remember GE and Westinghouse were the same company at one point. One got Welch, one got some other guy. And there's a Target Walmart chart, and I don't want to pick on Target, but you weren't obviously the same company, but you had some of the same decisions that you had to make. Look at the difference that a CEO can make at a company. Are you going to write a book or something? What was the difference?
I don't know about that. I drew an ace off the deck. I came to see you guys early after taking this role, and we made a big wage increase. We invested in price. We started getting after e-commerce. We invested in technology. And we had the board supporting us in doing all that. Not everybody has that opportunity. It took the operating income percentage of the company down for a sustained period of time.
And Walmart,
and it's taken us a while to come back.
Right. And you had the support not just of the board, but also the Walmart
Not everybody
family.
has that.
But that conviction and that ability to see through it, everybody's copied your playbook since then. You were the first to do it. but everybody got around to kind of following that and saying that's the right way to do it.
It's been a lot of fun to do it with all these people. At this moment in time, as I look back on it, all the memories of all the hard stuff that we did together and the moments when we were really doubted, that's what makes it so sweet right now.
You've mentioned twice already the AI change that's coming to retail, and how that there are huge things that have to happen over the next couple of years. What are those things? What are you seeing?
It's really exciting to think about what can happen. If you think about all the things that people love about shopping, we have the opportunity to increase those and invent new ways to shop. And we have the opportunity to reduce some of the friction like we've never done before to take out the things that people don't enjoy doing. We're building an experience that replaces the old app and website that's AI native, that's more personalized, understands shopping context, presents itself in a multimedia way. If you're browsing for fun, it may look more like TikTok. If you're replenishing, it looks more efficient. If you're searching for one item, it's helpful in precision. If you're planning an event, like a birthday party or something, it's better at that. It'll use video, there'll be creators involved. And we've started building that product today. We call it Sparky, and it will grow as we go into the next year. That's going to be a different front end for customers. Then think about all the stuff that's going to happen with better inventory management, all these investments we've been making in physical automation paired with data and increasingly intelligent software powered by AI.
But it's not getting harder
to change the whole system.
That's not what it is. There's not clouds on the horizon. And I love John Mueller, and he did an exit interview here on P&G. But P&G, since he announced that he's leaving, we didn't understand it. He's a young guy, too. P&G has... I wonder if there was something to the decision that I don't need this anymore or something. There's no storm clouds, nothing in the future of...
No, not in my case. And I think what you're going to see from the Walmart team is they're just going to keep scaling what we've already started, build some new stuff on top, and then use AI to transform it all.